Friends, I have exciting news to share with you this morning. Lawmakers have finally approved new legislation, and more relief will be going out to many Americans very soon. $400 direct one-time payments are set to be sent out in just a few weeks. The Biden administration is also working on new bills that will help offset the rising cost of living. Friends, here is your daily news report and fourth stimulus check update. Please do make sure that you watch until the end of this video for all of the new details. Friends, to say thank you for joining me here every day and watching the videos I post, I'm giving away 4 $75 Walmart gift cards every week. Please enter the giveaways by clicking and liking several of my videos and then commenting below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you leave a comment on with the keyword, the greater your chances of winning the giveaways. Also, my friends, during the months of October, November, and December, I will be giving away surprise $200 gift cards to those of you that have been in this community for several months, just as a simple way to say thank you very much. So the state of New Mexico is now beginning to go through applications and lay the groundwork to roll out a fourth economic stimulus check that is worth at least $400. The deadline for the program was Sunday, and the program is aimed at alleviating fiscal pressure, afflicting low-income residents. According to the state, payments are expected to be delivered by late November. Angela Medrano, Deputy Secretary for the New Mexico Human Services Department, told reporters this week, many low-income New Mexico families have experienced substantial economic and personal losses. These funds will help people in our communities who need the extra money just to help feed and house their families. Precise eligibility requirements to receive a payment have not been laid out. A limited number of applicants will receive payments. The state allocated $10 million to the program and will decide who receives payments based on the need of the applicant. One state official said, depending on a number of eligible applications, the funds can be distributed accordingly. Our hope is that we can get a good amount of applications so that we can serve the people who need it the most. So friends, beneficiaries of the fourth stimulus program will get payments via direct deposit or check. The government will inform those who win approval via snail mail or email before dispatching the payments. Numerous states have enacted similar programs to combat inflation and rising prices at the gas pump. Funding for the initiative was given the green light during the state's 2022 legislative session. It was the longest losing streak for gasoline prices since the early months of the crisis. For 98 consecutive days this summer, American drivers experienced declining gas prices, thanks in part to a slower worldwide demand for oil. Now, a cut in oil production signaled by the OPEC group last week has sent global crude prices much higher, pushing prices back up at the fuel pump. According to AAA, the national average price of a gallon of gas climbed to $3.92 on Monday. Prices are likely to keep going higher from here as oil prices climb. So friends, what are your thoughts on these changes? Please let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. The keyword for this video is pumpkin. If you would like to enter today's Walmart gift card giveaway, please click and like several of my videos and then comment below this keyword, which is pumpkin, and additional keywords of any video of mine that you watch. And do make sure, friends, that you are subscribed to my channel. With prices rising nearly across the board, it is getting harder to pay for basic necessities. According to a new survey, 32% of adults have paid a bill late in the past 6 months, and 61% of them said it is because they did not have the money on hand to cover the costs. The report also stated that about 40% of adults are less able to afford their bills compared with 1 year ago. There is no doubt persistent inflation has weighed on consumers, leaving more Americans living paycheck to paycheck. The report also stated that about 40% of adults are less able to afford their bills compared with just 1 year ago. There is no doubt persistent inflation has weighed on consumers, leaving more Americans living paycheck to paycheck. The Consumer Price Index, which measures the average change in prices for consumer goods and services, rose a higher than expected 8.3% in August, driven by increases in food, shelter, and medical care costs. Although real average hourly earnings also climbed, a seasonally adjusted 0.2% for the month, they remained down 2.8% from a year ago, leaving more households stretched thin. Those struggling to afford their day-to-day lifestyle tend to rely more on credit cards and thus carry a higher monthly balance, making them financially vulnerable. Chicago Federal Reserve President Charles Evans said that the central bank is holding fast in its commitment to bring down inflation, even if it means people losing their jobs. Speaking 3 weeks before the Fed is expected to approve its fourth consecutive 0.75 percentage point interest rate increase. On the unemployment front, the Bureau of Labor Statistics reported that non-farm payrolls increased 263,000 in September, while the unemployment rate fell to 3.5%, which is tied for the lowest level since late 1969. However, Fed officials, including Chair Jerome Powell, have warned that they expect some pain from the Fed's inflation-fighting efforts that could include higher levels of joblessness. So friends, what are your thoughts on all of this? Please let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. Well, my great and amazing friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for today. Thank you so much, dear friends, for joining me here every day when I post my videos. I greatly appreciate all of you. Remember, I'll be announcing a winner for the Walmart gift card giveaway in a video later today. Please enter as many keywords of all the videos that you watch, and do remember to stay tuned for that video. Thank you, my friends, and have a wonderful and blessed day.
I rise on behalf of the people of the 6th District of Virginia who are contacting my office right now expressing their outrage at this failed do-nothing Democratic majority who has brought us to the brink of a government shutdown. They are furious because Democrats control the House, the Senate, the White House, and still here we are at the point where we have to keep the government running, and instead of confronting these crises that are leading us to this shutdown, this Democratic majority is kicking the can down the road until after the elections in November. The American people are furious at a broken business-as-usual Washington that refuses to confront the crises, in fact, exacerbates the crises created by President Biden and the Democrat majority. This continuing resolution we're voting on today once again makes clear that the Democrats' business-as-usual Washington must end. Just look at some of these policies that Democrats have stuffed in this bill, thrown taxpayer dollars at Biden's wide-open border crisis, the raging inflation crisis, and the skyrocketing energy crisis. $57.5 billion for DHS to continue wide-open border and amnesty policies that have allowed illegal migrants to pour across our southern border and drug cartels to smuggle deadly fentanyl into our communities